No, no, and she knows. I know, I know how the statistics should look like after uploading more than one video on this app, and I'm not concerned but curious about my sensations if not just when I'm playing the guitar, not just when I'm playing guitar. I'm mean if it's possible to have a perception, I mean a sensation of what the other feels like when it's on trouble, or not just on it. I mean also tragedy and happiness and climax what their passion is on between a couple might be uh, something that can be transport like ons ons waves. I mean waves of water when rain touch uh, some something related with rain, just like the wave that is created by the rain after um, some time. That wave is possible to feel, and I'm concerned about if the last time when I went to the dentistry and have for few times a tooth number 14 on me, which was replaced by for some material that is look on the toilet made where you pee at. Uh, Basically, uh, since 2021, I got some issues with beans. With beans, I mean beans. Beaners. It's another history. But I got troubles with beans. I realized that they were not completely cooked as it should, and one of those part of my food broke my teeth into pieces. I mean, my tooth. So for that reasons, I do have some metaphors in between about what is related to it, and uh, that teeth was not completely made by the work made to that work made to that tooth was not made as it should because that girl who was in charge was not an expert, even though they are on school and nurses and whatever. The doctor let her do that work, and for first time, I saw the the one who was incorrect was me because I decided to eat food. The next, the next two, the next streets I walk one street, I walk another street, I walk another street, and then I arrived to a place where they were selling tacos, and that fell down. That fell down and got me worried after thinking what was us. Well, it got me worried because I was just expecting that was a happy day for me after all having absence. Anyways, then I had to wait for more time after all the happening. Uh, Next other weeks comes this new piece to make some crown about to make a realistic next appointment and and also was not I decided to not eat even though I was hungry and all of that. My tooth fell down again, and I couldn't blame anyone, right? Because might be just part of what was learning from that girl who was not an expert, such as a doctor. And when that fell down, I was at the mirror thinking, how correctly should I add the material which is making like a click back on my mouth to really uh, to proceed and fill online on my teeth. So I knew that was not the the chosen one to be part of me forever. Then that sensation took me back to 2006, 2005, when my first tooth was falling, falling down to my new dreams were came out when I decided to believe that the rat, not the one that creates or make orders to Ganesha. I mean, not the rat who makes movements. Ganesha looks like an orchestra. I'm talking about that one who brings you money to you to spend on candies and games, arcades, and gums, and having fun while you still thinking how is it possible to achieve the space being. I mean, astronaut. When you're thinking, when you're on Earth, think about an astronaut. Then not just decide to create songs later on, also to pursue that goal that makes you have that suit, which is a beautiful white that can even be touching the moon. Uh, then, uh, well, that was the first time I thought about being an astronaut, getting back from school, places where father, mother work at, and then coming back home, far place away. If it's uh, translate to what it be like if you were on Triclo way. Uh, and then you see the sky and realize how far is to be touching those satellites. Satellite? Satellite? I'm not sure what is this called. Well, what a moon is called. A natural moon, a fake moon. Anyway, then comes this sensation of thinking where that rat come from. That girl who converts a pumpkin con transportation like my father works at. Particularly used for one princess who deserved a ride at there. And before, um, uh, after dinner and dance has been played with elegant music. This I do remember a word coming back from my English lessons. Opulent dance, uh, and after, before a dance, uh, with a dinner with princess, etc., etc. And after finishing all the party, that is just part of Thomas legends that make be part of only learnings from childhood. Anyways, uh, then that girl, that rat, whatever you guys have ever heard of, even though when no, this is something even um, far away from that age, but I'm gonna talk about that in a few moments. Um, I cried when they told me nobody, damn, nobody could be forced to watch my videos to feel the rhythm of what it's like to just being inspired by wines and elements, being the red of what my soul of darkness makes, what keeps continue on this line yellow, thinking of equilibrium and momentum since a guy while Spider-Man is behind. Then I start to think about what was like beside him and ask him. It's like the guy of the rainbow at the other side with coins, richness. Um, there be part of family, something. Well, that sensation came back from from that thousand to this year, but that's not just only what my sensation was like, because my brother was spinning with a toy, hit me hit my teeth, my number 8 and 9, which is the most important, I guess, and make them falling down, because since I'm a year and 8 months uh, in between, that time in between 1 year and 8 months got us on distance on my brother and I. And for that reason, because he was born first, all the calcium number, it got a number, and I should have remembered which one is it, even though I like to create new worlds where I make new variation of LSD. But I'ma look for it, and I'ma call that title of the video to have a burst zoom on what my new emotion is trying to express now that I'm thinking about something. Um, Falling down from places such as Septitrion and Angel, which has inspired California, the state of God. Then, so because I didn't had enough calcium, my teeth was such a problem since I remember, and that got me with absence of happiness, and not just the reason why I keep myself going to no Riley paths where elections are considered patiently through what brilliant might be look like, because you see yourself the last of the last of the last of the last to not be seen, and you just see how is to make those elections rightly or wrongly, switching it just because think about this. I'ma make my own version of what it feels like now that I can't communicate. Yes, I suspect um, if you are not beauty at all, but you're beauty, but you see you got no defect. Um, because you start to let's talk about imperfection. Then there is imperfection, and that imperfection is notorious if you realize how the others are next to you by the generation of whatever place have you been growing up, and they are people who got qualities, talents, and some kind of light that make them sunshine through the space of what a day should be look like if we are on happiness, what is our sense of living. But now imagine someone who's blind, or someone who has not a finger, someone who has not a ear, someone who has not a leg, someone who has not a teeth, someone who has not a voice, and all of them uh, might be thinking or feeling a sensation approximated to what is ugliness because they are not rightly equilibrated with the others, but that does not mean that they can have less power. Is it understandable? I know that most of the people who was watching this channel are from 25 to 80 something, I mean 30 something, and I thought mostly the ones who are watching it, I thought were about to 18 to 25, but it seems like it is not, and I'd like to know what kind of I mean, I know Uzbekistan, I know India, I know Iran, I know the US, I know the Asia, I know, but how interesting is for me knowing that now there's other communicators around the world that are listening to my voice and knowing what kind of words are rightly to use now through this code, which is being made by the text on Babylonia. I was about to say, yeah, that one is it, right? A tower was created to touch the sky like an astronaut without a cord, and um, anyways, look for a sacred text on any book that you have ever have curiosity to find answers, and anyway, I'm moving to some topics that I shouldn't, I guess, but God bless America, Allah, el Torah, el Tarot, la Torah, el Tarot, uh, the Bible. And a matter of fact, the Bible means basic information before leaving Earth. For that reason, I came here to ask, uh, is it possible to 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 feel? Imagine somebody who has woke up and watched itself at the mirror, knowing that its beauty as fuck, and no, now has a pimple on its nose. Imagine how tragedy it would be for somebody who has always thinking has not defect at all. But that's not just on skin, that happens on teeth and burnings and accidents, tragedy, criminalistic happenings that all around the world. I mean, the violence that should be just harmony at first is having a new and more violence. There is violence at Earth, and 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 the harmony makes it looks as it is vibrant and brutally captured by the presence of the cosmos. Um, yeah, so being not disabled, but knowing that there is no chance to have magnetism with the others, and when I say the others, I mean the whole world, which is the reason why you spend your time and space to bring them what, which is your their ignorance or your knowledge, and to spread it to after uh, being useful even more to them, and approximate what is crucial now more than ever, to create a new emotion, as I mentioned, and all of those happen after having experiences such as kissing a girl, which is never going to be part of yourself again. Uh, and those people who have not feel equal because of something, as I mentioned, and I imagine somebody who's like a guy from war on ocean with uh, black space on its eye and having to cover it, and even though still continue being the captain like the America here. Them, and I like to introduce myself. They seem pain as the most pleasure to feel just uh, related to what the sensation of their character might be just assimilated when uh, somebody new is meeting. I'd rather to feel pain instead of watching somebody who's about to being impressed by my defects. That's what my thoughts are now. If I had to be on an exam at psychology and all of that to analyze people who have autism or some sickness that is breaking their mind and getting into dementia, schizophrenia, tragedy that is only be cured by happiness. But that happiness is just what makes sense to this. passion, that means to explore yourself, have an adventure. That's what my insecure being well, that's what my perception is from those who had defects, and there are not defects at all, but there's also not equality, and at the same time we are all at this planet. It's something very great to live, and losing yourself is part of what is like to founding uh, the star that is around another seven, um, and, and yeah, that's a sensation that I got when my tooth got broken, falling down, and after, and I just had a uh, I just paused the dentistry, and that same day fell down, and even though I wanted to it's a cause to blame yourself always, and it's a learning to be growing, and to grow up is part of knowing that 27 years are the prime of any human being since 2000. uh, and then comes 37, and then comes 42, and then comes 88, and then don't know what's going next. And I'm happy now to knowing that I'm feeling and smile when I see the future, and all that darkness come to make invasion of me, and from that sensation I feel extracted and extirpated from beauty, until I realized that never of this illusion was real, and just waking up from coma after trying suicide, knowing that my teeth were falling down after being criminalized by myself. Damn, that's just a movie that I'm about to write now. Next to some cows that just creating to a vibe happen. Uh, Tokyo might be not sure which city would like to see them, cause I'm not there respectful, and they got me inspired not because of all of them who have not been able to show the real potential at this planet, and being forced to be where the civilization took them for this development of miss. Damn, damn, damn. It's too sensitive and delicate to talk about what is my new emotions after learning what was like to feel sad, and I also got some songs to make, might be a spin, unknown world that all people had to go through after looking at the black mirror and playing a code which means the numbers of infinity reduced to a portion of pictures and secrets where are sending it at all time. Unstoppable. And yeah, also I thought about what it was like to be a princess girl from India, and then watching yourself with pimples. That happened to me at 2013, 14, 13, and it was a horrible experience because I did not have enough courage to front real life, and I think that's why that happened to me. At that time, I was on school, and I'm still at the old school, but at that time, did not made any more than just being riding and having sports with them and playing football at weekends. I also could add many of other skills to make myself look reluctant, but, but that's just what it's like to be a father, a mother, and to teach what is rightly to continue at this line, laser line, at infinite, to make yourself extract from beauty the best, to be reflect yourself at butterfly. And that girl which I'm talking about, I'm in love with her. I won't get into details, or might be just expect uh, to sleep after giving myself energy to what it's like to be necessarily be done before 2052. And I met a girl who was outside of a classroom, pretty as fuck, quiet, beauty enough to be part of my desert castle, where just is imaginated by my inspiration that creates new worlds through music called um, translations from instruments, because songs that are being made are at the moment, which is a pure action that makes me get under the ocean of my mind, and to bring those lights at the sky while I'm floating, to see them permanent, lighting like a flash of those insects, um, light flight. No have an idea what's the widely translation to say Luciérnaga now. But I got Google Translate. I'm not ready to use it to stop that video. Uh, and 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 she got me inspired of. She got me with inspiration. I fell in love, to be honest. And now that I just remember the last girl who I was with, I just think about her and the chance of having new emotions on adventure, which is just monetizing by our nakedness, like truly and pure star that make us go around this planet with an excellence through the sun. the beach where Los Angeles is made at. Um, Cities to conquer, to go through what bicycle is using it to fun, to play guitar also, after school, to develop what it's like to refine and make the ear sensible to after create orchestras and to bring back a talent who has left your soul since you have refused yourself at the first time watching you at the mirror. Yeah, I fell down, down, and it's not right to being on those areas and try to be with somebody who can be a couple of yours. Um, that's not right. That's unfair. You need to be at the bottom of the sky day, touching the matter to knowing rightly exactly what is going to be for the rest of your life, every single day from for the 52 weeks of the year. And now that it's just create an sphere, uh, know who you are going to approximate it with. I remember that girl being standing up while I was just some pessimistic state. Might feel uh, dizzy and happiness after classes because football, soccer, chess, or something else. But when I saw her, I had no words to tell and let my believe some elements let get through. I'm talking about wine. Wish all my essence like an Hindu guy. Uh, uh, Somebody who spends much time to use flowers and using as a dress to walk on others people's hands, and after being extracted by all of them to be chosen since you're little is what there seems like is to create an aura, a soul through all these flowers and all the wine that it's moving those flowers, those petals, those not sure if I pronounce that word rightly. I mean when it's broken into parts of flowers and they're living its natural habitat. That wine that move those flowers and make them down from the trees. We should take my essence and go through her to feel what was my sensations like to not being just quiet and getting at least a determined sentence to me, and feel secure to take her departments, El Salvador, Honduras, Guatemala, Nicaragua, Belice, Panama, Puerto Rico, Brazil. Um, but those are just sensations that bring you adolescence. When Sisa asked me if I was an adolescent because he thought my age was at least 17, 16, he did not realize how old I was. and he told me, I thought you were an adolescent. And I said, I'm still adolescent. What was like to not have enough courage to talk to a woman who was in front of me with no one beside. Even though now that I know, which is a hot kiss can make all of the people disappear. I'm not rightly where my wrong mistake. Where I was wrong, where was my mistake? Notoriously being defined by silence. So even though might not the perception that she has, she might be thinking on its space and how risky it is now to get closer to women. That sadly bring me this reality where I compose songs to people who have desvanessence. See, I got memory. And all of them are just what is like for me have seen when I was just uh, making new invasions of songs, feeling what was like to spread of your talent, energy, and creative uh, nebula form extracted by stars a determined point, which is basically the eyes of everybody else, to then feeling yourself lose because you have gave everything, so you got nothing to keep on, because the people who have you been citated is not completely on this reality. If you have to involve what it's like to make desvanessence appear, of what is just dissolved, and to cry after that and feel depressed, to after bringing new forms and creating cycles to make a system, a solar system, um, expanded as naturally genius have created to make world moving through interest, business,